Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
My chair at home doesn't make that squeaky sound when I lean forward right as I unmute the microphone.
Which chair do you got? Which
Oh,
is the squeaky one? Oh yeah, that tracks.
Okay, I probably just need to dump some more carbon in the powder in the back of there. Hey folks, welcome to Rhythm Cafe here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video and Entertainment Network. It's Heather.
It's Ian.
Yeah. I don't know why that was my reaction. I just like hearing my own name, I guess. Yeah! It's Ian. Good shirt today, by the way. I always like it when we get a slight glitch shirt.
Well, I was wearing a different shirt, but I still haven't really gotten a proper raincoat, and I didn't want to take an umbrella, and so I got a little, not totally drenched, but wet. But I brought a second shirt, because I have proper coverings for my backpack, so things don't get wet, just not for me.
It is a moist one out there today. I broke out the old leather coat that I usually use for winter, and thankfully it's also a cool day, which is important when you're wearing the winter coat in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad it's raining. It's been kind of overly warm for the last couple of days.
It's
So
nice to get things cooled down here a bit. Nice to see the plants enjoy their bounty from the heavens. And the roads look nice and shiny. It's beautiful. Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about the weather.
No. Wow, that got extremely contemporary for half a second. That felt kind of weird. What are we here to do, Heather?
We're here to play rhythm games because it's Rhythm Cafe.
It's true.
And that's what we do at the cafe that you cannot come to, but you can watch from a distance. It's a digital cafe.
It's like a zoo. You know, you can like we are objects in the zoo, and they've just put together this cafe, this simulacrum of a cafe for us to be at while we engage in our natural activities.
Sure. Let's just keep going with that.
There was this one polar bear I saw once that was sitting on this block of ice. It was like a table it was sitting at, and just kind of paws up on its face, like. This is what I do as a polar bear. Okay.
I want to point out that if you've seen my facial expressions enough between you and Beach and maybe a couple of others, there are always these points in shows where I'm like sitting there going, and it's not me disagreeing with what's going on. It's me literally going, do I want to yes and this bit, or do I want to find a way out of it? I don't know. How am I going? How am I supposed to respond?
And sometimes it's best just to not and
just pretend.
Go on.
Just keep happening.
So yeah, in the spirit of yes anding, yes, we play rhythm games, and this particular rhythm game we've been playing for the past week or so has been Groove Coaster Wai Wai Party! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. There are 4 of them, and each one of them is more important than the last.
Yes, and at least this isn't like some anime I've seen where that means this is like the 4th game.
Oh god, yeah, that could be a real problem.
Was it Negima?
Yep.
Their sequel was adding a question mark and an exclamation mark, which made it very very hard to find the difference in any kind of thing if you cared. I think shoot, I can't remember the name of that show. There was like one that Beej was really into that in the 2nd season added a 2nd exclamation point, and then the 3rd one added a 3rd one.
Didn't Bacano do that?
Maybe. I've just stopped watching anime. I've solved all my problems.
I was working. That was it. Thank you, Rhythm One.
Yes. I knew somebody in the chat would understand.
That's absolutely the Beej anime.
We were watching Demon Girl Next Door, which I like as a concept. I like anime that explores magical girl stuff in another vein, but it's very comedy focused, which means it constantly decides that the plot that I want to watch is not important and does other things, which is fine, but I would rather it focus more on the plot and maybe be comedic on the way, not the other way around.
Not trying to do both at exactly the same time.
And I turned to Beach after watching an episode and I was just like, I think the problem with this show is it's just trying to be working too much. and I would like it to be not.
Well, okay, yeah, multiple things going on here. First of all, did you hear the good news? Macross is coming back to North America, including 7. 7's coming!
I'm excited for you.
And there's a new Trigun, which looks to be
Oh, yes, I did hear they were doing that.
super rad.
I never got through the first one.
It's okay. It was
So maybe I don't. If I don't need that,
It was one
I'll
of those
give the
series
second one a try.
that didn't have a manga appropriate ending because the manga itself had not ended yet, so they just kind of came up with whatever they could. Turns out the mangaka liked the ending of Trigun, but it is also, it's on its own side somewhere else.
So Trigun came out in that period of time where I was trying to watch anime, but I couldn't get a hold of all anime, but I could get a hold of an extensive amount of AMVs. And so I
Right.
had a very specific idea of what Trigun was, and then when I tried to watch it, it was very much not that.
Okay, yes, now I can see that, definitely.
And that happened to me with a number of series with AMVs
Oh, yeah.
and anime, where I was like, oh, this looks really compelling. And then you go to watch it, and it's like, yes, because that person took all the very compelling moments and put them together. And it turns out over 26 episodes, there's like 3.
Yep. So if you'd like to hear more about anime, you can tune in tonight after Wheeler's Is This Your Card at 9 p.m. Pacific, and check out Bijou's Anime Roundup where he'll be talking about everything that's coming out over the next season.
And what just happened, and probably extensively about certain shows. I'm not sure what they all are. Admittedly, there are a couple that I've been like, I think I might like that, but Beach and I have completely different tastes, and the last couple of seasons of Worth, every time he's like, we should watch these things, I've been not interested, and so I feel like I have to just secretly watch anime without him now.
No, I feel that, yeah.
I don't think it's a hobby we can share in the same way anymore.
Good friend. No, this is something this is something that everyone has to learn when they've been with Beach for a while, is that at some point your tastes are going to diverge, and it's time to put that part of your life behind you. Much like the missed notes that we're going to put behind us as we dive back into Groove Coaster Wai Wai Party.
Yeah, I guess we should go to the... we should play the game at some point.
Alrighty. So we got some missions. We can just play. I don't have...
I mean, it's easy enough to find the missions through play, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of nice to work towards songs if we can.
So... yeah, we did that. So if we're working towards this, we have to do maybe one of these.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. What's this one?
Got that one.
Got that one. So...
Is it that one? Aha! While shining.
2 times with a rank of S or above.
That sounds like we'd have to find out what shining is first.
Yeah. Chad, does anyone know what while shining means in comparison to this game? That'd be great. Could you just tell us?
I mean, it is warm in here. I am getting a little bit of a sheen going up here.
'Cause I don't know what that means.
Do we want to just hit it with the G coins? We know how many G coins we have.
I mean, we do have a lot.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, it's a song apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, we can just do. We can shine S rank
While
or above.
shining. Yeah, we can try for that.
Yeah.
You'll have to go find it.
Thankfully, they have sort by alphabetical.
Where's W go anymore? Ah, here we are.
Okay.
We've done it.
Oh yeah, we have good on
Once
S
on
rank.
easy?
Well, there we go. Come on, baby, America.
2 times with a rank of S or above. Weird that maybe we didn't have it unlocked.
That could be it.
Alright, well. I'm gonna put it on easy.
I don't see any reason not to.
Because then I don't have to wiggle sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be able to just turn stick wiggle off. on all the difficulties. It's my least favorite of the options.
Oh, yes. It would be nice in games like this if you could choose to replace a certain type of motion with another one. Like, you don't like stick wiggle? Okay, well now you have to press L and R a few times.
Yeah, I don't mind having to do a different motion instead. I just don't want to do that one.
Because let me tell you, if that option were available on all games, I guess we have to turn, what is it, Owen Dunn into an NFT so that I can turn off the spin mechanic.
I mean, I like the spin mechanic well enough, but there are times where I'd like to keep playing and have that turned off.
I've just always found it's the most unreliable action in that game. That I can count many times when I've failed songs, or failed in the sense that I missed one beat by not spinning fast enough. And what I can also count is the number of screen protectors I've had to replace thanks to that game.
Ah, that was the game that made me get a screen protector.
Good choice.
I mean, it's also the game that made me get a DS. So we were at some sort of anime-con party, and by party I mean like a bunch of us were just together in like the hotel room that everybody had rented, and that was the game people were playing 2-player.
Cool.
So the second system I bought because of a rhythm game.
Did I buy?
Because I also bought the Vita for Persona Dancing All Night.
Actually, that's right. It was a rhythm game that made me buy the DS, and that's because it was.
I wish my score had been slightly different.
Oh no!
Look at all those 8s.
But still an A. No. All right. Well, let's try it again.
Yeah, I got a little distracted and missed some notes.
I'm gonna turn on save item because
Yeah.
why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was my friend Eli was visiting from Canada while I was living in Japan, and he'd purchased Rhythm Heaven when he was there.
Ooh.
So he played that, and then I need one of these DS things. And then purchased Owen Dunn used from a local shop.
Brownie Point says Elite Beat agents snapped 3 of their styluses. I did not snap any styluses, but I did. I do remember playing, I think Owen Dawn 2, really late at night, and I was moving the stylus really fast. And you know that end song where you get through the first part and then it goes right into the second one? I just finally, on a really hard mode, gotten through the first part, and I didn't realize there was a second. and I was just like, yes, and I kind of flung my hand up in the air because I was like, yeah, but the stylus went flying back, and I had to quickly close the DS while I found it, so I wouldn't die.
I very quickly got into the extendable metal stylies game. So I haven't broken any styli, but I have flung it behind me.
I have so many for the DS because they were
pack-ins for one of things.
They did pack-ins, and like the Nintendo Club thing was sort of a thing they were trying to do. But most of it was mail in and you get like a stylus. Like I got 7. There were 7 styluses they gave you in rainbow colors for buying Brainage.
I remember that, yes!
And then I've got one for, I think it's Phantom Hourglass, but it could have been Spirit Tracks. And it's in the shape. It's a clear stylus with a feather shape on it.
Yep.
Which means I never really used it because it doesn't fit into the DS, but
it looked cool as hell.
It looks cool. I still have that. My Brain Age ones, I may be missing a few depending on what I've lost from actual use. Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Quick check that mission. There we go. Yep. So one more time, I guess.
That on.
The one thing I wish I'd had when I was doing most of my DS career was if I'd been able to find or tell my parents to go through all my storage shit and find my Newton and get the metal stylus from that for use on the DS. Or a premium experience.
You remember what the styluses for the DSi XL were like? It's really weird, big, like, pen kind of things.
Gonna say, yeah.
They weren't great.
No, they weren't. The whole stylus era was not the best era. But thank you, Apple, for popularizing the use of touchscreens and making them good.
I will say the ad-lib notes are pretty easy to find in this one, though.
Mm-hmm. They're all satisfying, too, which is nice. Chain.
That should have done it.
Yeah, if you don't get an S from that, something is severely wrong. Hey, with the plus.
So, break the thing.
Yep, come on, give us... Oh, good.
Excellent.
Okay.
So, acquired a thing,
mm-hmm.
and... Alright, so we need 3 Vocaloid songs.
3 more Vocaloid songs.
To get 6 trillion years in one night story.
What's this all about? Happy synthesizer. Well, you know what?
I mean, that is probably a Vocaloid song.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
It's genre.
Yeah. You know, the genre of Vocaloid.
Yeah. And what was the song?
Happy Synthesizer.
That's one. Hey! Oh, we can do AO.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta keep using that, though.
Yeah, Pixel.
Okay, rapidly hit. That's fine. That's fine.
Although, you know, if they had a Pixel Tackle Luca, that would be better. I don't know how many of these songs would have been around when I was in high school, but I kind of wish they had been or I'd known about them because I feel like I could have gotten some people into Japanese music with some of the more pop-sounding Vocaloid stuff.
It is one of those genres that definitely got a lot of people into it in Japan. Yay! No miss. And did I get all of the ad-libs? Probably not.
68%?
Well, that's...
Almost nice.
That's infuriatingly not nice. Bonk. Oh, hey!
Oh.
Great!
You cleared quite a couple.
Yeah.
Nice. Three stages of Vocaloid for that too. I want to go see what that other one that popped up is.
Yeah, they really want us to play Vocaloid songs.
So yeah, this is the one. So this one. No miss in 10 stages of Vocaloid. Okay, so I mean we can work towards that because this is just clearing. We cleared that. What was the other one? Is this one? No, we did do that one.
Probably that one there.
Okay, so we're gonna get that. Lost Colors. Okay, well I'm gonna go find out if that's a Vocaloid.
Yeah.
Not seeing it, so I guess not. That's fine.
I'm absolutely gonna have to play Sayonara today though before I just to try and clear it from my mind.
Oh sure.
It's been in my head all week, Heather.
I have songs that pop up like that every now and then. Direction slides, rapidly hits.
Yes, Guildhar, or not Guildhar. Skycast, yes, there is a Dune Vocaloid song, but like most things Vocaloid, it's not what you want.
Nice. So there's one for our no miss.
Sugoi desu.
95% of the ad-libs.
ミッション達成しました。
Hooray!
こちらになります。プレイする曲を選んでください。
Okay, let's just get it out of the way right now.
プレイする難易度を選んでください。
I don't know if I can do a 9
交換
and get all no miss, but I'm pretty sure I can do a normal.
Yeah, I think we could get. I think you could at least get that rate up.
今回の曲の操作方法はこちらです。
Right, we gotta scratch it. Dang it.
聞いてよ、あかねちゃん。いいこと思いつきました。何や？私、有名実況者になります。 今話題のゲームがあるんですよ。面白そうなので私もやってみようと思うんです。まあゆかりさんは天才ですから、敵を華麗にバッタバッタやっちゃってるわけです。それを生放送したりですね、動画をアップしてですね、その結果ランキングによるわけです。そしてみんな
I mean, I also like the background video for this one.
かっこいい。
The simple line art and silhouettes is really nice.
やったー。
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the safe thing helping with the wiggles.
That's a fun one.
新記録達成しましたね。
Oh, did we?
I probably.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
ミッション達成しました。
There, new song.
6 trillion years.
プレイする曲を選んでください。
Let's go find it.
You'd think it would be in here. There we go.
Right, look for the sticker that says new.
選んでください。好きにはい。さあ、張り切っていきましょう。今回の曲の操作方法はこちら。
I need to find out what traditional instrument it is that makes the sound, because in my mind it's some sort of a hurdy-gurdy, but it's probably a reed-based instrument.
I'm expecting it to be a very specific chair that someone's just never been able to get rid of because it's the only way for them to keep that sound authentic.
Brownie points, it's the sound that sounds like you're very slowly deflating a duck.
But not that one from Desert.
No. Well, kind of like that, but if you tuned it.
Like a cousin to that
Yeah.
one.
Cheech's Japanese cousin. Nice.
ノーミスすごいです新記録達成しま
Oh,
したね
it's AI. That's why I'm like, this doesn't sound like a Hatsune Miku thing, but I know I've heard this one. It's because it's probably on the AIVT game.
It is definitely one that I recognize, but not this particular mix.
プレイする曲を選んでください
Okay.
I really should bring the PSTV game in and bring that in so you can see it, because I know you were gone the day I played that one.
I would love that, actually.
Because I do. I think it's. I find this Vocaloid section really interesting because there are a bunch of other Vocaloids you don't normally see. Because Sega only ever shows the 6.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the same. They're all owned by the same company, so when they get one, they can get all of them. This is why you don't get Gumi.
Different Gumi, I'm assuming, than the one I'm all over these days.
Gumi is based off of a real person.
プレイする難易度を選んでください
The Gumi that is currently living rent-free in my head these days is the chattering lorikeet that was owned by the former Capcom sound designer who worked on Resident Evil games.
Okay, probably not that one.
今回の曲の創作
But
方法
yeah,
はこちらです
that Vocaloid is based off of a real person. I believe their name is Megumi.
Ah, okay. Wait, which Megumi?
I couldn't tell you offhand. I'd have to look it back. I'd have to go look it all up again. I went on a deep dive hole of listening to opera Vocaloids one day, and they're kind of amazing, to be honest.
As a thing that exists, it's a fantastic thing.
Frostly in the chat has it. It's Megumi Nakajima.
Ah, okay. I am not familiar with them, but I'll have to look into that.
次の曲ですよ
If they somehow made it...
I was gonna say during the song, but I realized there was a lot of notes flying around. and I was
That's
like,
a harder level than I was expecting. I'm curious about some of the vocal changes in some of these games, too. Like,
I think
yeah, this one sounds
I
like...
think this is a
actually human.
Vocaloid,
Yeah.
and then this one might be a VTuber. Because I believe some of the VTubers have songs on it.
Okay. Hey, there are a number. I'm not going to say a large amount because I don't know, but there are a number of people who re-record Vocaloid songs as actual human beings.
Oh, yeah.
の曲の操作方法はこちらです。
Oh. Megumi Nakajima was in Macross Frontier and a bunch of stuff. Ah, she was actually Roncalli in Macross Frontier. Okay. How are you finding these ad-libs?
Back in the closet. Got put away for the winter.
Good. Are we there yet? Hey!
You've unlocked title.
Okay, so we haven't...
And one hand.
And
Which I guess is an item.
play 5 stages with an item.
I mean, if it just says stages, then you can play any stage for that.
Any stage we want at all, you say?
I'm just saying that in case you want to do something not vocal.
No, if we need to do if we need to still cram on the Vocaloids here. I'm just looking at the ones that have different vocal options. Okay, so it's just a couple there, actually, it looks like. Let's listen to the first song.
think there are more offbeats on the harder levels of the song.
I'd bet.
Because generally, like, song difficulty is differences in the beat map, so...
I mean, honestly, if you're looking for places to add them, offbeat is probably where you would.
次の曲行ってみようミッション達成しました獲得した報酬はこちらになります
Hey, new navigator.
プレイする曲を選んでください
Alright.
Do you think we've got enough? No miss?
Serious.
プレイする難易度を選んでくださいスキンやアイテム効果音の設定もできます今回も頑張ってくださいね今回の曲の操作方法はこちらです
Yeah.
I mean, I switched this to the person because it sounded interesting.
It's one of the few areas where I feel like Vocaloids just cannot compete is areas of vocal emotional intensity. Ah. Don't make the computer sad, Heather.
Since when did I have to care about what friend computer thought?
Ah, I see that's come up in your time lately, too. We all love friend computer.
Look, friend computer's just a little full of himself sometimes.
Heresy. They'll be coming for you.
Yeah, well, I have an unlimited number of clones in mine. Fine.
So did you say you had an unlimited number of bones?
I said clones, but...
Clones, okay. I've got an unlimited number of bones, so you can't hurt me in any way that matters.
Just where do I keep them is the real question.
It's a good, well, the closet with your ad-libs. I would
do.
assume.
I do have a very large closet. It's a little dug into the floor. But you can always make it bigger because of that.
Is it at least well organized? Like, do you know where your bones are?
Oh, absolutely. I've got boxes upon boxes with clear labeling and in like Arial font size 12.
Binders full of bones.
The binders are for the indexing. So that you can look up which bones and what degree of wear and tear on them there are.
Because if you keep taking your bones out of their package and, playing with them, you're just going to decrease the value of the bones. Those lovely bones. God, that was a disappointing movie.
We watched recently, what was it? It's a very long title. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once?
Yes.
I believe that's correct. And I can never rewatch that movie Unless I can skip the parts about that very one specific universe.
I know exactly which
Yeah,
one you're
I know.
talking
I
about.
figured you would. I can't deal with it. I just can't. I can't. No. It was fine until they started doing the thing with putting it in the mouth
And then the
and
fluids.
and I can't. I can't. Everything else in that movie, I can deal with perfectly, easily.
See, the problem is you just can't cut that bit out. It's vital to the plot.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't. It's an excellent movie. Otherwise, I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, no, I can't deal with that kind of thing.
I will not respect any statement more than I liked this or I didn't like this, but I can never watch it again. Like those two statements together, like that's all I ever want to hear from people. I did my best. Can't do it again.
It during the watch it's fine because I didn't know it was coming.
But now that you know it's coming.
But if I knew, it's like I can't watch certain anime because it's sad and I know the sad parts are coming. I ain't dealing with that again. Did you want to take a break now?
I think that's a good idea, rather than
right.
trying to play chicken with our break, because we got a hard out today.
Yeah. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
Stretch your legs, swap your fluids, etc. Hey,
Hey, we're back.
we are. I just realized I was playing this song because I was confused from the last rhythm game that we played together, which was also a Hatsune game
Yeah.
that featured this song, but with the music video. And so I was expecting to watch the cool music video, and no.
This is one of my favorite music videos inside the Hatsune Miku stuff.
It's super rad. Hey, for those not aware, we are Rhythm Café. We play rhythm games, and this is a rhythm game called Groove Coaster Wai 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 Party! Exclamation point. And watch us complete missions.
Not played a lot. Wait, what are the missions we doing right now? No miss.
2 more no miss Vocaloids. Okay.
10 stages using an item.
Great. We got 3 more of those.
5 stages using an item.
Great.
That might be harder.
And
Right.
perfect we know is gonna be a slog.
選んでください。スキンやアイテム。
Warning, high difficulty.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it.
I think you got this, possibly. And if not,
I do or I don't, and it doesn't matter in the end.
if not, it's worth a try. I want to see this.
Wait, that was a stick wiggle.
Yep.
didn't think that was too bad.
Whew, not bad.
I mean, they let you go through all the way in the song, which is nice.
New record, at least.
And once I got some of the beats down, I was like, okay, this is actually not that terrible.
I was going to mention
I
that
definitely need some practice on it.
I was going to mention there are certain songs that are out there that, like certain games where the hard version is easier than the medium or... So I definitely know that for certain songs in Owen Done. That was not the case here. Was the key. Okay, so we get 2 more no-miss Vocaloids. We're running out of Vocaloids. No, I can do it.
You don't have to.
But I think I want to do the.
You'd rather do normal? Yeah.
Well, I'd rather get the clear off of on the check mark rather than just be able to do it successfully.
曲の操作方法はこちら
I will hit every offbeat until I get one.
There you go. I mean, I really do believe that there is there is a difficulty setting on each beat map where it's like that's the one that feels really good to play.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the one that they made first.
Mm-hmm.
And then they altered for the other difficulties. At least they don't punish you for extra notes.
Yup.
Makes ad lib hunting reasonable. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't imagine wanting to bother looking for the ad libs if you got punished for doing that. Ooh, gold chain.
Hey.
And all your ad libs.
Hey, finally.
And no misses. Like, pretty good
Okay,
stuff going on here.
I feel good about that. Still a little good, still a little cool, still a little slow, but no miss.
Super safe.
Love it.
Alright. Sure. What is super safe? So it's that, except it's
Better.
20. Okay, great.
Brain fluid explosion, girl coming to you. Gotta waggle that stick, and then press hold to.
Time to find the phone app that gets you stuck in the TV zone.
It's a Hulu.
Does Hulu still do stuff?
Oh yeah, Hulu's big in the States.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, it's just in Canada where we're not allowed to have nice things. I like it when the double notes sound significant. Ah, you escaped.
Sometimes I'm like, shit, sticks!
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
I've taken to doing my waggle by just holding the button, holding my thumb over top of the controller, and just wiggling the controller.
I hit a thing that was like a hold, and I was like, oh no, sticks! Wait, that's not sticks. Ah, shit.
Yeah. Good work, though. That's one mission down. Rotten heresy
and Chuck.
Chuck.
So Tuesday.
10 more no-miss stages.
No, we unlocked that.
Oh, good.
We get that song now. We also get item break.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
So what are our new missions now? Grade 10 hard stages. Perfect. That's it.
Yeah. For
Great.
this section. There's our new song.
Yeah.
Breakthrough. The song is terminated with 10 misses by clearing the stage extra. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, that's a... Converts targets to a hit, hold, slide, beat, scratch, or slide.
Well, that's just all of them, right?
I don't actually understand what it's saying.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's see what it does. Let's just find out.
今回の曲の操作方法はこちらです。
The problem is we've never done this song before, so I don't know what the changes are.
Well, I can hit those with one hand. So yeah, it is just changing your double hits into single hits and removing the
Okay.
bad bits.
All right.
I don't know if it's the goat of modes, but
All right. So get into this one.
ooh,
Kage no Densetsu. All right, let's go find that.
プレイする曲のジャンルを選んでください。 LR ボタンでカテゴリーをプレイする曲を選んでください。
2 times rank this.
プレイする難易度を選んでください。スキンやアイテム、効果音の設定もできます。
absolutely do this.
いらっしゃいませ。今回の曲の操作方法はこちらです。
That's the sound I want to know about. Yeah, I'm hearing lots of guesses about what it's not. It is absolutely a traditional Japanese musical instrument. It's incredibly difficult to Wikipedia for.
So, there used to be that, like, song identifying app. What we need is an app that can identify instruments.
Just sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's this really cool piece of software that you can load onto a Raspberry Pi with a mic and just leave it ambient outside and it will identify bird calls just out of the air.
Yeah.
So good.
So something like that, but instruments.
Yeah.
Or, honestly, anything that would let me,
達成しましたね。
try to look up sound effects by making a similar sound effect of what I want would be great, because
Yes.
boy, looking through sounds is rough.
So you're really just you're looking for some sort of Foleypedia?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you're gonna be pretty disappointed by how many things are just heads of broccoli being torn apart.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't want to have to go listen to 40 different sounds based on tagging.
Oh, I agree. And I don't want to have to go to the Japanese consulate and say, hey, can you tell me what the instrument is that goes, hey? But, sumimasen, security? Alright, we're just on anything right now, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
that one was if you play it twice with an S above.
Oh, well,
so
heck
if you
yeah.
want to play that one again,
Yes, let's do that.
難易度を選んでください。
I want to win this.
we can unlock that, and that might unlock a path towards a song.
So, Lysander, that's part of my question as to what I want to know what instrument it is because I want to know if it's like an accordion, a reeded instrument, or if it is like, I think, like a hurdy-gurdy, a stringed instrument that's bowed. We're talking about the yellow sound. Yo!
Kind of sounds like a car horn getting stuck on a certain level.
Mm-hmm. Or train.
Yeah, train.
The only other piece of media I can point to that has it definitively is the Japanese tradition series of videos where you get that satirical sushi eating instruction. It happens during the title. And there's no mistake that it's paired with the drum and the woodwalk sounds. There we go.
すごいです。新記録達成しましたね。
Now I need to look up some terms.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
そう次の曲ですよ。
I don't know what those things are.
達成しました。
Ah. Unlocked. Sound effect. Japanese.
Yeah, not sure if it's a Taisho Godo. Yes, please. More drums. I needed one of those for my recitation of the Atsumori the other day.
This is Fleet Tale of Leap Seed.
Oh.
Yeah, alright.
Dark Morphord may be onto us.
プレイ
Leap Seed.
プレイする曲のジャンルを選んでください。LR ボタンでカテゴリープレイする曲を選んでください。
I have some videos to look up after the show, but I'm pretty sure that Dark Morphord's on the right track here.
プレイする難易度を選んでください。スキンやアイテム、効果音の設定もできます。で、グルーヴコースター。今回の曲の
I like it
操作
when
方法
I like it
は
when
こちらです。
you mention what sounds like an impossible task and somebody
You guys are so...
manages to get at least on the right
You
path.
folks are so good. I especially like that there's a video here called Reaction, Hichikiri and the Soul of Ray Charles, and I cannot wait to see what that means. Just reading the description here, it is one of the sacred instruments in Japan and is often heard at Shinto weddings. Its sound is often described as haunting. Okay. That should have unlocked. Hey.
Great. Ha! It did. It's a new song thing.
Gotta get it.
Alright, what is it? Full chain, 5 stages, in the original genre.
Full chain.
Yeah. Which I mean, with the no miss is what you're getting.
We can do that. What the? Average score. Okay, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's the original genre, so...
We haven't even done that one yet. Okay, we haven't done many here. Alright. Well, you know what? We're gonna go easy. We're gonna go super safe. You go Japanese.
I'm glad they bring up that menu. It's like at the beginning of while you're picking the song, as opposed to having to deep dive into things.
God, yes. Give me all of the options right up front, please.
I mean, Sanguine 47. If you go into the Loading Ready Run Discord, into the lure content channel, and you're having a hard time finding a specific lure thing, almost somebody in there can find it for you. Which I sometimes go in and ask them for help when I'm working on edited content. I'm just like, I want to find this thing. I don't know if it'll work, but I need to find this thing. Sure, I could spend the next several minutes to an hour finding it myself, or I could just ask somebody in the Lure Discord while I move on, because chances are good somebody has recently watched that thing and knows.
Look, your job is to put things online, not to know everything.
I already know as much as I need to know in regards to lure content. I almost always know the stream schedule off by heart. I don't need to bring the coming up on most of the time. I do, because sometimes changes happen last minute and you're in the middle of the stream and you have no idea. But, you know. I feel you on that Sanguine 47. The Discord has many channels. I have many of them muted. I hang out in lure content. Sometimes I talk in there. Nintendo. Sometimes, very rarely, I talk in there. And then I lurk heavily in video games.
We got some skin flowers. The other one we got here. Ah!
Too far out.
Yep. Five in genre. Okay.
So 5 in original, 5 in video game.
Let's continue to do it. Yeah, I tend to lurk in the Discord because by the time I ever get around to actually... I don't have time to be there.
Depends on what's going on. I try to respond to stuff that's relevant. I don't like it when people ping me in the Discord, and that's only specifically because if I go to find that ping hours later, if Discord makes that hard.
Oh god, yeah.
I would much prefer people DM me in Discord if they have like a thing I need to deal with, and often the mods will.
If people need to get a hold of me, email every day, all day. But yeah, one of my problems with the Discord is that I would like to engage in some conversation, but by the time I get to it, it's so far gone that it's no longer relevant.
I've gotten lucky on the odd occasion. And I mean, we do try to like set up some stuff that's like, oh, this happens often. Here's a better place for information. That's why we have the Rhythm Cafe spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's why we had a website.
Because trying to recommend games to us while we're playing rhythm games is
Oh yeah.
oddly like not a way for us to remember things.
Let's 3.
ノーミスすごいです新記録
Random Retriever says the beauty of asynchronous communication is you can resurrect almost any conversation and someone will involve you. Yeah! It's a shame that Discord didn't present themselves as a synchronous communication system with a chat room.
Did you guys do Chill Point in the studio before the pandemic, or was it always at home? No, it was always in studio. So Checkpoint used to be aired live while they recorded it, and the part that happened after Checkpoint where they talked, we called, was generally referred to as the after show, and that part got cut out and put in the thing. And then occasionally, if there wasn't a Checkpoint, Paul and I would do a Chill Point, generally in this studio that we're in right now, Studio A. Studio B is where we've moved it to recently.
Because we got a better setup for that there.
And then we started recording Checkpoint not on air, which has had... I know that's disappointing for some people, but it also is better for us in a lot of ways. It's got its cons, it's got its positives, and it's been very positive for us because it means we can get... We don't have to worry about the audience factor while we're trying to make a product.
It really depends on what sort of show you're trying to make as to whether or not it makes sense to be taped in front of a live studio audience or not.
Yeah.
And if your end result is going to be a recorded product, then it makes sense for it to not be done live.
But since we started doing that, we started doing Chill Point as its own thing regularly, and we did... That kind of happened during the pandemic, so we were doing that at home, and now we've moved back to studio. Which... I'm glad we're doing it in Studio B, because everyone has their own separate mics again. Because when we were doing it at home, at least we kind of had separate mics. And I just think that's better than... because in here, each will sit behind us, and he's farther away from the mic.
Yep.
It's just a little bit better for audio, I think. Also means I get to do Chill Point once a week, which is not generally the case when Checkpoint was happening the way it used to be happening. And I really like doing a video game podcasting type talk thing once a week. To the point now where if we stopped, I'd have to go find something else to do.
Not gonna say not jealous about having your access to a weekly video game podcast. I don't always have anything to say.
I mean, that's the harder part. There's some stuff I wish we would talk about that was a little bit more freeform instead of just new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for what we do, for getting to hang out with people and talk about it, it's fun.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad we stopped doing Anno Annie. Was that there were a number of seasons where I just had nothing to talk about because I don't feel a need to comment on the series that I'm not interested in watching. Because, God willing, that's not the reason you listen to me for anime opinions. Like, there's a good hour and a half, I think, in Le Mans of me talking about why I think that there should be more things made for things that are not a mass audience. For example, there was a video / article from Polygon earlier this week about emulation that I can't even begin to talk about how many things it gets wrong, and then also continues to perpetuate myths of. Halo was not supposed to be ported to the Macintosh. Halo was originally developed for the Macintosh before Bungie itself was bought by Microsoft. Wasn't a port, it was going to be the first good game, well, the first huge game for the Macintosh. How many more of these do we have to do here? Original. One more original.
Watch-along anime podcasts are your deal at this point? I wonder if I would. I don't know if I'd like that format or not. I enjoyed doing that when we did the Ghost Watch stuff I did with Corey and Kate. But I don't know how I don't know how I'd feel about doing an anime thing.
Now that I often think about this, Heather, because people often come up to me and say, hey, you should do a Gundam podcast, etc., or Evangelion podcast, or what have you. Because we did that crap shot. Or not crap shot.
Commodore Hustle.
Yeah, we did the Hustle about that. And now that I've listened to all the existing Mobile Suit Breakdowns, I would not be willing to do a watch-along podcast unless I'd be willing to put the time and effort into breaking down and actually doing the research about a show.
I watch some video game stuff that does that kind of thing, and in the back of my brain I'm like, I would love to do this kind of video, but I also know I don't have the amount of time to really deep dive into what I want to actually learn and do for a thing like that.
Like, they are barely able to do it full while they're doing it full time.
It's why I like a more generic gaming podcast type thing.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm sick of hot takes, and I either want just actual news, in the sense of reporting of facts, or breakdown deep dives. Or I'd like to get a big Patreon that would allow me to do the kind of podcast I want to be to do.
Yeah, I've seen the Patreons that a lot of people who do that kind of work have, and I don't think, even with a large audience, it's gonna be that kind of support's there.
Yeah, no, I need, like, to do the kind of podcast I would want to do, I would need something that, I'd need enough money to quit my full-time job, and possibly even quit a couple of streams I do with Voting Ready Run.
It's a fit world out there already.
It sure is!
Alright, so the other one was gaming music. I can see why we didn't delve into the gaming music too hard.
And yes, for those mentioning Escape Velocity, fantastic game. I backed the remake that's currently coming to Cosmic Frontiers, they're calling it. Marathon was perfect as a game. Pathway, everything that Bungie put out prior to Destiny was fantastic. But just how quickly people forgot that Bungie was a Macintosh exclusive studio. The other reason I need to quit my job in order to do a breakdown podcast of any sort of Japanese-based media is, God, I would need to actually get my Japanese skill level in terms of language up quite a bit. Because it's very important in those sorts of shows, if you're doing a good breakdown, to be able to source original sources about what was going on in Japan at the time of release and whatnot. Nice!
Bubbly, bubbly.
I guess I have to Darius.
You've got like 5 choices.
And I always found it weird that Daria never showed up in Darius.
Dario is a show I could really stand to actually kind of watch. I only caught bits of it.
I don't think I ever watched any of it. I just remember having a huge teenage crush on Daria. Maybe growing up ostracized from other people of your age group is a bad idea.
And you saying this from experience or just as a thought experiment?
The experience of, I had a huge childhood crush on Daria. It's like, maybe you should have had crushes on normal human beings. No, they were all terrible.
I don't think it's uncommon for people to have crushes on ostensibly cartoon characters or even non-cartoon characters in terms of fiction.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you put it through the lens of otakuism, it feels a little bit less good.
Were you an otaku as a child?
I think I was. Before we had the word for it. Full chain! Finally we got one!
I mean, I know a lot of people who had a crush on Daria, so it just doesn't seem that weird of a thing to me.
True.
Oh, I see. They're different parts of the same thing. Okay.
Was Sailor Mercury until Jupiter showed up, and then it was all bets were off the table there. Also, on that, as just an aside on that topic, can our elected leaders start acting less like Tuxedo Mask and more like Haruka and Michiru?
Have you seen I mean, clearly you've seen the Tuxedo Mask meme. Have you seen the one where they've replaced his head with a brain? And it says it's time to burn out.
Oh no, that sounds good.
It's very good.
I just like a little bit less of you didn't do anything and more let's murder the bad people.
Yeah, it's altered to it's time to burn out, and then instead of but you didn't do anything, it's but we haven't done anything.
Yes, that makes sense.
I also think a lot of people don't understand that burnout takes a lot longer to recover from than you actually think.
It's not just having a good sleep and coming back at it.
Or a weekend. It can be months.
Mm-hmm.
It can be longer. And it's like every other thing that we have, I think, as an illness, where you feel like you're starting to get better, so you try to like go back full tilt.
Do you know how, like in college, you drank that one particular alcoholic beverage until you puked and were never able to do it again? Burnout can be like that. So that's one of the reasons why it's important to be careful about it, because you might just lose the ability to enjoy the things you enjoyed.
I also think maybe, because I've seen a lot of people on the internet post things about, like, is this thing not for me anymore? Which I think is a fair question to ask. It's a fair question to ask. Also, though, the question you might want to ask is, am I burnt out on this thing right now? Because that is also a fair question to ask. And sometimes it's not about being not into a thing, but sometimes it might be you've had too much of that thing.
The tweet I saw today too that really hits home on this topic was the idea that there's something in our society right now that wants the end goal for everything to be forever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the idea that, like, well, fandom's dying, and like, no, maybe it's just time for us to move on, for you to move on. It's okay to be into something for a while, and then not feel it anymore.
Yeah, just like Wheeler said here, not enough people drop activities that no longer bring them joy.
Yeah. Because it's all mental. It's all mental baggage.
It's a sunk cost fallacy.
Oh yeah.
Essentially, it's especially if you put a lot of time into a thing, or you feel like you need to drop a thing, but it's like, but if you drop that thing, well, do you feel like you've wasted the time that you've had with it? Is, I think, kind of that mourning period you end up going over.
Heather, it has a lot to do, I think, with how one of the bigger problems in society of people putting all of their identity into being a fan of something. Like, I'm a gamer, and that becomes your entire identity? And then if you get out of games, or I'm a Magic player, or I'm a this fan or that fan, it makes it much more difficult for you to be able to detach from those things in a healthy way, or take a break from them.
It sounds more like you end up with a hole that you're not sure how to swap out of to something else for a while. Or it can be. I know there are people who like highly identify to an extreme, but I also find them hard to separate necessarily from a person who just does enjoy a thing legitimately sometimes.
Yeah, you generally see the difference in those two types of people at the end game.
Yeah, it's not something I think you can determine by specific words. Okay, one more. I don't want to play that one again. There's so few of these. Fine, I'm playing this one again. I didn't have to do good at this, right? I just had to clear it. Clear it. Yeah, okay, great. Then I'll put it up on the higher difficulty.
今回の曲の操作方法はこちらです。
What does that unlock?
達成しましたね
Give us the goods.
ますよミッション達成しま
Like,
した
Ian says we're not gamers, but I'm here to game and unlock things.
Freedom.
We've acquired freedom, the freedom to leave the stream.
Funny that, Heather, yeah? So if you like what you see here, check out loadingreadyrun.com for links to all of the great shows, including our schedule. Coming up next is Benjamin Wheeler's Is This Your Card? Stick around for that, and then at 9 p.m. Pacific, Beej is back with another anime roundup. Check out youtube.com/loadingreadyrun for all the premium shows. Check out youtube.com/loadingreadylive for all the streamium shows. LRRMTG for the Hell Police Sequestered Magic shows.
The magnemium.
The medium?
Magic and premium doesn't shift into a word very well, does it?
We'll find a word for that one. And of course, Heather, you and I can be found elsewhere on the internet that's not Loading Ready Run. How about where you're from?
Oh, you can find me on the planet of twitch.tv/lunarshade. I hang out there all the time, sometimes visible, and that's what times when you can see me. How about you, Ian?
Interact with my avatar in the metaverse at tilty.house. Yeah, no, don't do that.
God, I hate you.
Oh, we'll have a mud or a moo up there or some shit, I don't know. No, we're not going to have any of those things, but you can find links to, check it out, Corey's current podcast, and Late Night Dub Fight Bull Shamona. Hey, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun exists. Please help keep our lights on by being that. And for those of you who are our bitters and subbers during this stream, let's thank you. Like Putz12A, who is a new sub. Thank you.
Spleen Lord for 69 months, very nice.
Electra310 for 20 months. Thank you.
Nicaro for 67 months.
Ooh.
Welcome back. And yes, so we're gonna go offline. We'll be back next week with something else. Actually, I think it might just be you this next week.
Really? Okay, if that's the case, I may change the schedule.
Yeah, I need to check on what's going on the phone, but I think
Yeah, 'cause
based on the things...
That's what we got scheduled, but if you're not going to be here,
Yeah, we might want to shift that.
then I'm going to actually say, if you're not here, come join us for some VR Space Channel 5.
Ooh.
I've been holding on to that for a while.
All right. You'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out
You'll
on
find out when
on
that
the
happens,
schedule.
but there'll be definitely a Rhythm Cafe on
it.
Sunday. Yeah, we're going to go now.
Goodbye.
It's this button.